This is the Palmer 10 podcast. My name is Darwin Amute, the Communications Officer at PalmCo. In this series of the episode of PalmCo at 10, we hope to reflect back on our journey since 2014 using various activities or using various guests that have been there or that have worked with us or that are still working with us to help us tell the story of how we actually got here today. Thank you. With me is am I supposed to
Juliet Moloa.
Thank you.
A former employee of Palm.
Yes.
In this case,
what was your post? What was your?
I started as an admin.
And then?
Admin assistant.
Yes.
Then eventually, by the time I left Palm,
yes,
I was doing admin
and
HR.
Human resource. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in charge of. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Darwin, for giving me this opportunity to be one of the contributors in talking about Palm as Palm celebrates its 10th anniversary. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm so humbled that I was considered to be one of the people to at least say something about Palm, and in this case myself, since I saw Palm over years until the point I left. That's about coming to a year ago.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So, how did you actually join Palm? Let's say, were you just picked? How did you join Palm?
Okay, I would say I was recommended by somebody who happens to be a friend of mine,
yeah,
and also was a friend of Dr. Abe.
Yeah.
A lady called Achayo Hilda. Then she was working for SNV in Arua. And by that time, Dr. Abe was doing some consultancy, I think for SNV that time also.
Yeah.
So he happened to share with Hilda a need for somebody to come and support in their office organization, office administration, as they were establishing their office in Arua. Because then, previously, I think Palm was more in Moyo.
Yeah.
But now they were doing, by the time I came in, that was around 2014, in April. They had been previously doing some work, school gardening, something like that, a project for SNV in Omugo. But their interest was more to have an established office here in Arua, because I think their vision was to settle here and coordinate in other districts, which eventually happened, and that's why you see it more established here, and the Palm Core office is in Arua here.
Okay.
And right from when I joined Palm, it was actually Palm Business Consult. Yeah, by the time I joined in April. But eventually, within that year, they had the plans of beginning an NGO wing, which is now the Palm Core wing.
Okay.
So by the time I joined, they were already in the process of, getting documents here, registering, incorporating Palm Core.
Okay.
So when I joined, I was actually part of the incorporation.
The move from the business
from Palm Business to Palm Core.
Palm Core. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I supported in the getting together whatever was needed, documentation, then getting to URSB,
yeah.
those kind of things, the back and forth payments in the bank. So ideally, my coming there was very, very punctual for them because they were getting more busier,
yeah.
and they needed somebody to support them in office administration. So with that recommendation, he got my contact from Hilda. Hilda gave it to him. Then one evening he called me and told me that he introduced himself as Dr. Abi.
Yeah.
So and so gave him my contact, and he thinks I'm aware of why he's already calling me. Then I confirmed to him yes. Then he fixed an appointment. I think the following day, like this, we met at cafeteria.
Yes.
Catholic Center. By that time, they had a one-room office
yeah.
at cafeteria, room 21. Yeah, so we met. It was, okay, he had just said that, well, I should come over for a chat. He did not indicate that it was like coming for an interview or that kind of thing. So when I came, indeed, it was just a chat. It was not a serious interview.
Okay.
Just to understand what I'd done, what I was doing that time, and if I was interested in getting on board to do some office administration for them in their office. So after we agreed, then he told me that within a week's time I should be ready to join them. So within that 1 week space, he drafted my appointment letter. He called on me, so I reported for work after a week.
Okay.
So that was how I came.
So you had Easter, and
yes,
after Easter enjoyment.
Then I got employed.
Okay. That was
a good thing.
A good season for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's now track from that day one. Let's count 100 days. Okay? So in those 100 days, besides helping in, you did mention that you helped in that process, and you were really assisting them in the office business since they were always out of office and in the field, right?
Yeah.
So how was it in those days apart from this?
Well, okay, as I think mentioned, or should I mention now, it was not a busy office by that time.
Yeah.
Because activities were still low. But of course, there were still activities running anyway. So we needed somebody to do like filing of documents whenever they could go for their consultancy works or that kind of thing. We needed somebody to be in office to receive visitors in their absence, to make them register, to talk to them, on maybe to advise them on understanding their queries. Then also, of course, they were spending. We needed somebody to keep records.
Yeah.
We needed somebody to keep records. They needed somebody to go to the bank.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So I was doing all those things by the time I got on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then also maybe sometimes they needed some documents from some of the offices they were doing work for.
Yeah.
I could go pick them.
Running errands and so on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then ensuring that the office consumables are available. Any other thing that
so
you
it
think?
was just filling in the gap of the absence. More of the office is there, but the office needs someone to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In short, they needed an office admin.
Okay.
Yeah, to do the other administrative works.
Yeah.
In the office.
So I believe if you start counting from 2014 up to now, up to when you left, That was like 9 years.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. I left.
So
9
years. let's say in those 9 years, what was the experience like? Now let's leave the 100 days. So that general 9 years, what was your experience? What lessons did you learn that you can never forget about PALMCO?
I must say I appreciate so much the 9 years I was in PALM. Yeah, because when I joined PALM, I was at a certain level.
Okay.
But by the time I was leaving PALM, I can surely say that I've grown in PALM. I've seen myself grown in PALM.
Okay.
When I joined PALM, it was, as I told you, it was just from scratch here and there. But over time, every year actually, let me say, when PALM got incorporated into an NGO and when PALMCO started serious NGO works, getting partners, getting direct funding from PALMCO, it also made me grow.
Okay.
In that, the salary I used to get when maybe the first 3-4 years was no longer the one I was now getting until when I left.
Okay.
Why do I go to salary first? Because I'm employed to get money.
Okay.
So to me, that was something good.
Yeah.
Then too, in PALM, PALM kept on organizing itself better. Along the way, PALM now started getting professional people, professional staff on board. The human resource started growing. PALM started getting other projects. So many people came and joined us.
Yeah.
That was now from, let's say, 2017.
17 around there.
Yeah, 2017 was when we started getting. I think 2017 was when the finance manager now joined us. That is Gloria.
Yeah.
Then immediately after her, I think Emily, who was one of the project coordinators.
Yes.
In PALMCO, came and joined. Then
she actually now has her own NGO.
Yeah, she has ICS.
Yeah.
Because she eventually moved on, she now runs her own NGO. Yeah. So other people came on board, including Darwin, who also joined when I was still there, before I left at least. I'm glad that he came around when I was almost leaving.
Sure.
Yeah, so I was also able to upgrade in my academic ladder and more so along my career.
Okay.
Yeah, because by the time I joined PALM, I had a diploma in business administration. But within the 9 years, we are talking about somewhere in between, I had to enroll for business administration, bachelor's at MUBS, Arua campus. And why was this so easy for me? My experience in PALM is that PALM provided, until now, provides a very conducive environment for employees. You know, each person at least knows their roles. Yeah. There is nobody to push you to do your work. So if you utilize your time very well, you can have some good time to do your own things in PALM. Yeah. So I identified that, and I took that advantage. And since for me, my work in PALM until when I left was office based, with no actually field works to make. Yeah. That provided me a soft, opportunity to enroll for the bachelor's, and of course with the salary I was getting, I was able to pay myself for the bachelor's degree.
Okay.
Yeah, and Yeah, I think that is, and also personal growth. There are other private things that I've benefited through working in Palm, the networks I've made, because Palm now grew bigger with many partners. The interactions with these other partners exposed me also. So to me, that one is an advantage.
Okay.
That is my experience.
So yeah. Basically, I think those are also things that you'll never forget. Yeah.
Definitely, because actually where I am now was because I was exposed. I was exposed in Pearl, and I also gained a lot of knowledge and experience along the way.
Yeah.
You know, in these interactions. One thing I would like to let you know is this. Whenever partners could come for due diligence, that would be my happiest moment, because I knew a lot, I learned a lot whenever partners would come for due diligence. Then also the auditors, whenever they could come, whatever they are asking for, or the gaps they are finding, the advice they are giving, I would pick all these things to my advantage, you know, to build on my knowledge on either handling things administratively or human resource related issues. So I built myself within Palm that way. I didn't go for any formal human resource training or any formal training in administration apart from what I learned
on ground by experience. Class.
But now, hands-on, I just got to learn from Palm. So I will never forget Palm because of that foundation it gave me.
Okay.
And the lesson I learned is that even for the other staff who joined while I was there or even after me, to take advantage of the conducive environment Palm has given to them, to do something better for themselves.
Yeah, at least that openness is a very big, or it is a visible thing. When you look at Palm itself internally.
And of course, not forgetting the people I worked with, more so Dr. Abe and Azu, Albert, that I started with. Then as we grew bigger, the other staff who came got me there, worked together. And then some of them left before me. Some have left them there, and some have come after I've gone. So I appreciate those I managed to interact with so much, because I think at no time did I have any serious issues with anybody. I liked working with all the staff that were in Palm.
So now you moved on to another organization. So would you like to share briefly about your decision?
Okay. My decision to move on was basically my desire to have a change of environment. Just like I told you, I worked in Palm for 9 years, and by the time I left, I was the longest serving employee. Okay, I was the longest serving employee. So after I finished my bachelor's, I worked for Palm, I think, for 2 years. Then I thought to myself, I think I have done enough in Palm and for Palm. So let me also try other places, because I just thought I had nothing new.
You were doing the same thing for 9 years.
For 9 years. So let me have a change.
I wish you made like 10 such that...
But all the same, I'm here. In the 10th year, I'm here. That's why you are celebrating me, you see? I'm part of the movement. So what happened was my desire to have a change. And I applied to many other organizations. Some had called me for interviews, and they actually gave me offers, but then, which I did not take up. But this particular one was good enough for me because, one, it was within Arua, and I, around that time, still wanted to work in Arua. Then two, this was an international organization. PALM is an indigenous organization, which I appreciate so much. So for me, I was like, why don't I also
test the waters
exactly in an international organization, so that I could have experience of both, and that is why those are the two important reasons why I moved on. I'll forever remain grateful to PALM Core because it gave me a foundation. It gave me a foundation in my career and to the level in which I am now. And I'll have no reservations in future, if opportunities allow, to come back to PALM. And also share whatever experiences I would have gotten in the other places I am in now. And to the staff, I would like to encourage them to pick at least a leaf from what I've said is good in PALM that they can make use of. There is time they can make to do their private work. Of course, not conflicting or defying from doing the main official reason why they are in PALM. PALM is very good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. Please stay tuned for the next one.